Hello all. Just going up to a lookout area to see what it looks like. Might be kind of interesting. We've had some different kind of clouds and things happening finally. It's been so foggy so long. It's nice to have some actual sun. Yeah, I see some really interesting looking time lapses. But first, let's get into what's happening. It's been so busy for me. It's good to have a little time off. Let's go that way and see if we can find a wind-free area to do the video. Seems to be a concert over there. Yeah, right here there's a free spot with no wind. Lots of people out today, lots of noise. Typical city, huh? So, let's talk about some interesting measurements coming up that have come up lately. Methane from 2001 to 2019. This is what it was in 2001 at 1770 parts per billion. Now it's 1865.8 parts per billion. Let's go look at this graph as we're being buffeted by the winds. No shortage of winds on the west coast, and of course an IPCC report out. The food systems on the planet need to be overhauled. Pink's been saying that for some time. The new study was written by 100 scientists and say basically we need to go to a new food system, one that includes a lot less meat in people's diet. In fact, in just a few years we have to have no meat at all in our diet to keep up with climate change not going over 1.5 C. Right now it's probably just a little over 1 C. We don't have much room to play with. They're saying that we need to free up a lot of farmland for trees and forests to soak up CO2, which will have to be a permanent part of the landscape. These forests can't be taken away after so long, because then you'll just put the CO2 right back in the air. Oh, by the way, the present food system accounts for 37% of all greenhouse gas emissions. And you know where most of that is caused by? Meat production. So let's just think of a whole nother thing here. How about nuclear war? Well, this is kind of interesting since we're seeing a new wave of threat of nuclear war between Pakistan and India. Now, India took part of Kashmir and decided that they would just ramrod their way of thinking on these, mostly in a minority group there. So it looks like these two are ratcheting things up. They're talking about nuclear war again. What else is new? But there was a new study that studied the smoke that came from the 2017 fires in Canada and the US. You remember the videos. Endless smoke. All that smoke caused 15 million tons of soot to go into the atmosphere. Now this soot, once it's in the atmosphere, gets warmed up by the sun and lifts up the entire cloud up into the higher atmosphere. And then it sits there for a whole year until the winter can get rid of it and bring it back down to Earth. Oh, by the way, the smoke caused global cooling a little bit. That's why we stopped going up in temperature, because the smoke cloud actually started to cool us back down. And we're just now starting to come out of the effects of that. It's called nuclear winter. Well, if India and Pakistan were to go to war, they would put out approximately 150 million tons of soot. Could you imagine the nuclear winter this planet would go into if that were to allow to if that was to be allowed to happen? It's looking like the Orange Man had more and more to do with this, huh? We'll have to keep following along. Let's hope somebody with a brain can take over these two countries. Alright guys, I want to do a time lapse sort of over that way. Kind of pretty today. Clear, I see some new cranes going up in San Francisco for more condos. Go ahead and enjoy the time lapse. Okay, the wind has really come up and we're gonna head back. It looks like that there's been a nuclear explosion in Russia. I'm not sure what happened, whether it was a plant or a nuclear device of some sort, but apparently it's in the very far north. Just the next thing to pay attention to here on planet Earth. Until next time. A little steep.